Go!
Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. How barrister Ifeåñyi Ejiøfør became the greatest threat to Nnamdi Kanu. How barrister Ifeåñyi Ejiøfør became the greatest threat to Nnamdi Kanu. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Details of how the legal counsel to the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, barrister Ifeåñyi Ejiøfør, became the greatest threat to his client, Nnamdi Kanu, have emerged. In a special report by the founder of Due Process Advocate International DPA and chief editor of Ecolaw News, Ifeåñyi, which a copy was made available to Newsband, noted that Ejiøfør has become bad, greedy, incompetent, and too compromised to handle the case of Nnamdi Kanu. The Harvard-trained attorney in the report explained that because of how far Ejiøfør has been feeding from the Biafra illusion under IPOB, he has continued to advise Nnamdi Kanu wrongly. The human rights lawyer further stated that in a civilized world, the government would have arrested Ejiøfør for egging his client in the dangerous direction, which led to the establishment of the killer Eastern Security Network (ESN). Ifeåñyi, while revealing that things have gotten too far in the wrong direction, said that even if IPOB should sack Ejiøfør from the legal team now, it will not make much of a difference. Though, he said the removal of Ejiøfør will be an impossible task for IPOB because he is been more than a loyal to the separatist movement. Ifeåñyi, however, described Ejiøfør as an insider, an operative of IPOB, ESN, and if removed from the movement, he will blackmail Nnamdi Kanu by revealing operational secrets of the group. Part of the report reads, "When I say that Ejiøfør is the greatest threat to Nnamdi Kanu today, I do so without any iota of sentiment or emotions. Anybody in Nnamdi Kanu's position who uses a lawyer like Ejiøfør is destined to make huge mistakes and suffer greatly. The reason for this problem is not that Ejiøfør is a bad man. He is simply too greedy, too incompetent, and too compromised to do the job. Since 2017, you can see how Nnamdi Kanu's case and his Biafran illusions have gone so badly to a point where he is in detention and will not be released until he unequivocally renounces his dream of a territorial Biafra. It is the duty of a lawyer to advise his client on the right path to follow when faced with legal jeopardy. and it is the duty of the client to follow lawyer's advice. We describe that as control of client. Once your client cannot follow your advice, you must resign. You cannot represent a client who does what he likes, contrary to counsel's advice. The opposite to the lawyer's ability to control his client is when the client controls the lawyer. A lawyer worth his salt must not find himself in a position where the client controls how he does his work. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, Ejiøfør lacked the ability or interest to control Nnamdi Kanu. Instead, he benefited personally from the problem. Indeed, Ejiøfør is the only one in the leadership of IPOB who truly benefited. He is the only one not in hiding. He is the only one collecting money apparently legitimately. He is the only one getting rich out of the Biafran project without getting arrested for it. Others are overseas or in hiding. Others are in the bushes answering ESN fighters and getting killed. Ejiøfør is the only one of them who gets money without any risk whatsoever. In 2017, Justice Ifeåñyi granted Nnamdi Kanu bail on certain conditions. Those conditions were very harsh. I advised Nnamdi Kanu to appeal against those conditions, but to keep to them until the appeal goes through. Ejiøfør advised him that it was okay to violate those conditions. Nnamdi violated those conditions, leading to the military attack and his flight into exile. It is obvious what would happen. It is obvious, even at that moment, Ejiøfør continued to advise Nnamdi Kanu wrongly. In a civilized world, Ejiøfør would have been arrested. It is clear that he is egging his client in the dangerous direction that led to the establishment of ESN and the death of thousands. So my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at